Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Blue Chelsea TV. Chelsea and Atletico Madrid were locked in transfer talks for multiple weeks this summer, with the clubs eventually agreeing a swap deal of sorts between Conor Gallagher and Joao Felix. While the two deals weren't technically linked, there's no doubt that neither transfer would have been completed without the other. However, Felix wasn't originally meant to join Chelsea. Instead, the Blues were expected to sign Samu Omorodion, but the deal collapsed at the last minute. Gallagher's proposed switch to Atletico Madrid was directly impacted by Omorodion's failed move to Stamford Bridge, and the England international was even forced to return to London as a result. Take a moment to like the video if you are enjoying the content. Subscribe to the channel if you're bumping here for the very first time. In the end, Chelsea agreed to re-sign Felix, with Gallagher joining Atleti and Omorodion eventually ending up at FC Porto for €25 million, less than Chelsea were set to purchase him for. Since the transfer merry-go-round, there have been two clear winners, Atletico Madrid and Porto. Gallagher has impressed since his move to the Wanda Metropolitano, while Omorodion has scored goals for fun at Porto. Felix, on the other hand, is yet to really get going at Chelsea. Joao Felix at Chelsea. The Portuguese international enjoyed a mixed loan spell at Chelsea in 2022-23, with flashes of brilliance accompanied by a lack of goal contributions and an overall inconsistency. His move back to the club was therefore greeted with an element of concern, and he certainly hasn't made a huge impact during his first month and a half back at Stamford Bridge. Felix is currently in Chelsea's Cup team, alongside fellow Portugal stars Pedro Neto and Renato Veiga, in addition to Christopher Nkunku and Mykhailo Mudryk. He netted off the bench on his second Chelsea debut against Wolverhampton Wanderers at the end of August, but Felix has been unable to add to his account in 5 appearances since. He does, however, have 1 assist to his name in that time, and it was sublime. After receiving the ball from the aforementioned Veiga, Felix turned and produced a beautiful chip into the path of Nkunku, who finished well to put Chelsea 1-0 up against Barrow. Despite this, Felix is extremely unlikely to displace Cole Palmer in Enzo Maresca's first-choice 11, and he wasn't really at the races against Gent, completing just 2 of his 8 attempted dribbles and missing 1 big chance. Furthermore, while Nkunku has bagged 7 goals as Chelsea's cup striker this season, the Frenchman is arguably best when deployed behind a number 9, the position Felix currently occupies. It's far too early to argue that Felix has been a poor signing for Chelsea, but the 24-year-old cost a lot of money, and he hasn't consistently delivered on his potential since leaving Benfica in 2019. With Palmer set to stay as Chelsea's number 10 for the next decade, and both Estevao Willian and Kendry Páez joining in 2025, Felix is also arguably unlikely to ever establish himself as an indispensable player for the Blues. Furthermore, while Felix had a slight off night versus Gent, the aforementioned Omorodion netted a fantastic brace during Porto's 3-3 draw against Manchester United in the Champions League. His first was a bullet header inside the 6-yard box, while his second was a smashing finish into the near post after a clever piece of movement. Matthijs de Ligt was dominated by Omorodion for both goals, and the Spaniard showed his true potential in an exquisite performance at the Estadio do Dragão. He now has 7 goals in 6 games for Porto, and he has scored in each of his last 5 appearances for the club. At 20 years old, Omorodion truly looks like a future star, and he would have been the perfect striker for Chelsea's B team, with Nkunku dropping into Felix's number 10 role. Given their age difference, potential and performances so far this season, Chelsea could well come to regret their decision to sign Felix instead of finalizing an agreement for Omorodion. That's all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you later with another video. Until then, bye-bye.